everybody, and welcome to Parks Bros. It's Drew here, and we're in Northern Idaho at the wonderful Silverwood Theme Park. Let's go. Before we move on with this incredible adventure, I wanted to make sure to mention that I have brand new pins celebrating 10,000 subscribers on YouTube available now. Make sure to check out the link down in the description below. I gotta say, semi-first impressions of the park, because I technically was here last night. It is absolutely gorgeous. I adore the look of this park, the feel of it as well. It just feels so homey and family friendly. But I think we're gonna head to Roller Coaster Alley, which is actually on the other side of the park compared to the entrance we were just at. So let's head that way. Now, in addition to this park, they actually have a large picnic area and a water park. The water park, of course, is closed right now. It is pretty chilly and a little windy. That's why Aftershock, the ride I was hoping to ride the most, is sadly closed at the moment. But hopefully that wind dies down later in the day and we'll be able to ride that giant inverted boomerang goodness. But let's head over to Roller Coaster Alley, walking along the train tracks. Now let's get on some rides. We're leaving Main Street and going to the Country Carnival. Let's have some fun. Also, Terror, Tremors. Tremors is going to be our first stop, but those are both amazing wooden coasters. We're going to have a fantastic time. I'm getting total Silver Dollar City and Knott's Berry Farm vibes from this area. I'm really loving this. Walking by the Roaring Creek Log Flume. It is open. It is really cold. There's a little bit of a line. We might do that a little later on. I think coasters are our first stop for sure, but there's a bumper boat lake right here with a paratrooper ride and a Ferris wheel. It is absolutely gorgeous in the day. I will admit though, walking down this path at night, there's no lights or anything, so it was kind of hard to really tell what was everywhere. There's one thing we could see, and that was Stunt Pilot. Besides Stunt Pilot, which I'll show what it looks like at night right now, which is actually gorgeous. As we enter into Roller Coaster Alley, I just wanted to show off Corkscrew. Yeah, that's the original Corkscrew. Not the corkscrew, you know, that was built later on. It was the first modern inverting coaster ever, and it's moved to Silverwood. So that's a huge bucket list coaster for me. But Stunt Pilot we rode last night, absolutely wonderful ride. That was my third of the RMC Raptor models, and it is a little different than the other ones I've been on, but not by much. I will say it is just as amazing as the other two, and I haven't ridden in the back row yet. So I'm very interested to see what that elongated train does, because it is a 10-car train instead of an 8-car train. So hopefully we can get a back row ride today, but I will say the line is pretty long right now. Here looks to be Timber Terror, the wooden coaster, at least I believe the first wooden coaster at the park. Classic out and back type of layout. Runs along the highway. We have a big old Larson drop tower, which is always a good time. This crazy pendulum ride over here literally inverts, and it's massive. I've never seen one in this style. I don't think there's one like this anywhere else in the United States even. But we've got the two wooden coasters over here. Tremors on our right, Timber Terror on our left. It is really just a scenic area of the park. And I mean, there's so many floral decorations everywhere. Oh, I'm loving this. Now, something interesting with Tremors is the fact that like half of the track is actually metal and the other half is wooden. So I'm very interested to see what that feels like and whether we'll actually be able to feel a difference or not. Man, I am sad that Aftershock is currently not operating. Wind, please stop. I want to ride this beast. This is the first ride I've been scared of in a very long time. But look at Tremors running right next door. That's actually quite a steep drop. Oh, that looks aggressive in the back row. Really love the sight lines of this roller coaster, man. Let's get on.
Everywhere you go, absolutely do not
Well, that's quite the interesting sign. I love all the theming in the station. Pretty subtle, but because Tremors, right, an earthquake, the building is all misshapen from, of course, the ride's namesake.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be fun.
Oh boy.
Oh, that drop is way slower than I thought.
This is, man. Oh my god.
Oh, this is gorgeous.
Oh, very pretty.
Tremors is gonna be something.
Yeah.
Although Aftershock looks a little more terrifying now.
God.
All right, here we go. Oh, yeet. Wow.
Jackhammer the ride.
That beat you up a little bit.
That
was insane. I love that
the air
so
sounds
much. I understand the love for this thing, though.
That is really good.
You know, sure, the roughness might get in the way a little bit, I guess, but it just made it feel so, I don't know how to describe it, just so unpredictable that it added to the experience just that much more. Tremors is one that I can't wait to potentially re-ride if we have some time later today.
Let's do this. Timber Terror.
I like it. Oh, it's so gorgeous.
I love that mountainside view.
64 degrees. Aftershock's not open yet.
Hopefully soon. Oh, we're already at the top. Out and back. Let's do it. Wow, that's...
Oh boy.
Here we go! That was really smooth.
It's crazy. She's like, it was so rough. That was.
I mean, I prefer Tremors still. Don't tell the other boys. But like, that was really good.
That was
really good.
That was a lot smoother than I thought it was.
Yeah, definitely.
You talked up a rough game. Hey, honestly, I remember thinking that that was definitely faster paced, but I thought this was the better ride. Anticipating the jackhammer. I kind of was like, okay, haircut, and then it didn't come on.
All right, just rode Timber Terror, the second of the 2 wooden coasters at this park. Buttery smooth, really. It like, especially in comparison to Tremors. Don't get me wrong, I think I prefer Tremors just because the layout's pretty interesting, but like smoothness wise, Timber Terror is easily the way to go. I mean, it was literally, it felt like we were riding on top of butter. It was incredible. But I will say, as we look toward Aftershock still closed, because it is not exactly warm enough quite yet. Hopefully it'll be open a little later on, and hopefully we'll see some movement soon. I'm absolutely in love with the 3 coasters I've been able to ride here so far. Tremors being amazing, Stunt Pilot as well, which we rode last night, of course, and we'll walk over there a little later on. And then Timber Terror, an amazing top 3 so far. Can't wait for Corkscrew, and of course, Tiny Toot, and many others, including, of course, the mighty Aftershock, which I am terrified for, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, if this opens at any point during today, we're gonna run over here. This, of course, is an exact clone of Deja Vu, which used to be at Six Flags Magic Mountain, which when I was a kid was something I couldn't wait to ride, and I always saw it in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Easily my most anticipated ride at the park, maybe beside Goliath, because that was an icon at the time, but it was gone by the first time I visited the park. So I never got to experience it. So seeing this ride in person right now, although technically it is not Deja Vu, it is an exact clone, but I hope it opens. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have to come back. Honestly though, I probably will anyway. After walking over to Aftershock real quick, after riding Timber Terror, we're gonna walk right under Tremors again, because that's how this layout works. And we're heading to Corkscrew, the original Corkscrew, which I am beyond stoked to ride for the first time. I, of course, wasn't born yet when it was moved from Knott's to here. So it'll be really cool to ride some of my parents' favorite, you know, coaster, I guess I should say, for the first time ever. And I'm gonna be like, hey, look at what I'm riding, make them all jealous and stuff. But let's head over that way. You know, you do feel completely surrounded by nature here, and I adore that about Silverwood. You know, there's something that you can't beat about the charm of family-owned parks. There's just something about them that makes you just feel so at home. Maybe it's the extra bits of theming, or I don't know. It's really hard to put my finger on, but Thunder Canyon, the raft ride, looks really gorgeous, at least from the small view we've gotten. I actually might head up to the bridge right now. So something we found out in Coaster Studios' new documentary, which we saw last night at the premiere, was the fact that Fred Grubb did the rock work for this ride, and this was really what led to a lot of work with Silverwood, and eventually down the line, RMC, and things like Stunt Pilot right next door. I love that story. It's just incredible. Maybe we'll ride this if it gets over 70 degrees, but if not, I'm gonna say no. At least today. It's a little too cold. You know, not only did Fred Grubb make amazing coasters, he made some nice rock work too. Excited to talk about a historically significant ride. Corkscrew time. Oh man.
really smooth brakes too. It still holds up, man.
Well, we just rode coaster history for the first time. Man, still holds up, really. I mean, it's not like the most flashy thing in the world. But yeah, I gotta say, because of that historical significance, and also like my close family ties with it and whatnot, and being at Knott's, of course, it just, I don't know, it made that ride really, really special. And I'm glad I actually got to ride it. Now, after the iconic corkscrew, we had to ride Crazy Coaster, my first ever SBS spinner. Technically, this is like the kiddie coaster at the park, but as an enthusiast, we have no shame.
No, I have shame.
Oh, you have shame, Arthur?
I have shame.
Okay, well, that's fair. I mean, to each their own. I have no shame, apparently. I mean, I'd like to think I have some, but who am I kidding? Let's have a fun time. Let's spin around. Stopped at this nice little barbecue place next to the paratrooper attraction. Got myself a pulled pork sandwich, something that you should always get. Well, at least in my life, I always get a pulled pork sandwich, hot and ready to go. I mean, it feels hefty, so I'm really excited to try it out. By the way, $6.99. The prices for food here are amazing. Just finished up eating at Country Barbecue. Gotta say, for the $7 I paid, totally worth it. I mean, really, really decent barbecue. Not the best in the world, obviously, but like for $7. Can't beat that price at a theme park. Like, that's amazing. Now it's time for ice cream. Talk about an amazing junior cone. This is the small cone, $3. Got huckleberry ice cream on top with moose tracks on bottom. Huckleberry's kind of like boysenberry up here, at least for us. Super excited to try it out. It's melting like crazy. I gotta dig in. Well, we've come back over to Aftershock. This is the closest it looks like we're gonna get to it today, which really does break my heart. This was like the ride that we wanted to make sure to get on today. But due to it not being warm enough, supposedly, or, you know, too windy up top, we might not be able to do it. It still hasn't opened up, and we've only got about an hour and 45 minutes till park close. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully it opens, but at this rate, my hopes aren't exactly the highest. Yeah, we had a quick glimmer of hope with the temperature rising just about enough, but now it's dipping under, it seems. So yeah, I think we're gonna go head to the train, check that out. That'll be a lot of fun. I love getting on different train rides at all the different parks. And then we'll head back over this way for some more rides on maybe Tremors or Timber Terror. Heck, maybe a ride on Stunt Pilot would be kind of cool to do again, potentially. And hopefully while we're over here, we can see if that's running. But we'll see. Let's go to the train. Yeah, I gotta say, spin cycle over here, pretty ridiculous. I mean, it does go all the way upside down, inverts for quite a while. Kind of reminds me of a much larger version of rides like Chaos at Waldameer. It's just insane. And then to see Timber Terror running by, I think we might have to do a second ride on that later tonight. But let's head over to the train. Alrighty, going back into Main Street.
It goes back to 1848. Now the difference between a bison and a buffalo. The bison have the big old beard. They have a hump on their back. Both the male and the female have horns. The males can get up to 6 feet tall and 10 feet long. Simon says, I want you all to put your hands in the air and wiggle them like you just don't care, and bring out your inner child. Pretend you're having fun. You're welcome. Oh, over here. Woo, Lord. Ranger it. What are you doing, girl? Oh, oh, oh. Did you not see the train? Oh, you brought the train with you. I brought the train. Why can I hear it? You did hear the train? What? Sorry, I can't hear you over the train. I'm out. I'm out. I am out. No. Oh, do it. Go. That was not funny. That was not funny. Stop it. Don't point at my people. Simonton, please sit back down on your bug. Oh, that was not nice. That wasn't nice. That wasn't funny. Stop pointing, everybody. That was scary. You're really scary. Hey, Ranger Ray, you're right. He's back there. So yeah, he's there. Ranger Ray, I got ready to dynamite for you. Sorry.
So just got to ride the train. I think that was awesome. About a half-hour long experience, and they leave on the hour. Every hour the park is open. So definitely make sure to plan for it if you want to check it out. But I will say, very reminiscent of Silver Dollar City's train. Same type of premise, really cute, really fun. Definitely recommend it for smaller kids and families. Well, since the line is a little shorter at the moment, I'm gonna hop into Stunt Pilot's line and experience some more RMC goodness today. Don't get me wrong, I experienced a lot yesterday, but man, I need a little more just Stunt Pilot and Raptor goodness in my life. Seeing Tremors here, I definitely want to see if I can get last ride of the night on it. We'll see, but let's hop on to this red and white beaut. All right, it's officially closing time. We're riding Stunt Pilot, the whole group of us. It's gonna be fun. They will never get old, I will say that every time.
As the train enters the loading hangar.
So much fun. What a great day overall, though.
At this time, you may raise your restraint, stand up, and exit quickly to the left. Thank you for riding Stunt Pilot.
Okay, what did you feel like? We're a bunch of Jeep pilots.
I'm a real Jeep pilot.
Yeah.
You're an extra Jeep pilot.
Yeah.
Hey Cliff, look what I found.
Wait, that wasn't it.
Man, oh man, got our last ride on Stunt Pilot. Sadly, the farthest back row I got was 6, I believe, out of the 10. So I don't know what exactly the last row feels like on this ride, but I will say, at least in the middle, this rides just as well as the other clones, even though the layout's a little bit different. I mean, just the tiny changes. But I will say, I'm not sure exactly what I prefer, either Stunt Pilot or Tremors. Tremors is just that good. Then again, the only merch I got was for Stunt Pilot. I got a nice little shirt, so that's pretty cool. Alrighty, goodbye Stunt Pilot, goodbye Roller Coaster Alley. Kind of breaks my heart a little bit, but I will definitely be back, Silverwood. Mark my words, I will be back a lot. But seriously, if you're on the West Coast, highly recommend flying out to Spokane and then driving about 40 minutes over to Silverwood, just north of Coeur d'Alene. But yeah, this is a brilliant park, absolutely beautiful. Would love to see even more expansion coming soon, but of course with Stunt Pilot being brand new, I'm sure we've got a couple of years until that. But this park, definitely worth the time. Have to come back though for Aftershock, of course, and more rides on Tremors and Timber Terror for sure. But I will say, out of all of the attractions we experienced today, it's really hard to choose a favorite. They were all spectacular. I mean, we're talking about probably on average, one of the better lineups I've ever experienced at a park. And I mean, even outside of the roller coasters, there is a lot to experience and do. And I can't wait to just be able to do more of that coming back next year, maybe even a couple times. I mean, we'll see how it all turns out. But I absolutely love this park. If you want that small park feeling with big rides, this is the place to be. And of course, you get amazing backdrops like this everywhere in the park too. And that train ride was so scenic, I adored it. Anyway, with that all said, if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe. It would really be amazing if you did, and I would sure as heck appreciate it. And of course, if you want to do more than just subscribe, you can join for only a couple bucks a month, and it just helps me do trips like this on the random. Or, if you want to support, make sure to buy a Parks Bros pin. Only a couple of them are left, so make sure to pick them up while you can. But with all that said, thank you so much for watching and tuning in for our fun Idaho adventure. But until next time, we'll see you on the next ride.